Professor Ben Austin teaching us this morning. And don't forget, there is a Portuguese language course at the Portugal Club where we'll be going and trying the music broadcast facilities. Music is dead on the Good Morning Portugal show. Long live the music, but not on this platform. We'll stop killing YouTube or YouTube channel. Oh, here we go. I love how you teach us, Ben.
Okay, so always try to create a bit of mystery by covering up what the actual words are. So first off, we're going to have some vocabulary today, just some useful words, useful things for you to know here in Portugal. So first off, apartment. Any idea what apartment is in Portuguese, Carl?
I know this one. I think Anna might know it. Apartamento.
Apartamento, indeed.
Yes.
Apartamento.
Woohoo!
Woo! First one down.
Right, very good.
Okay, next up,
Easy.
house. Easy.
Casa.
Casa. Okay. Perfect. Easy. Streaming through these
We're
ones.
rocking through these, aren't we?
Indeed. So next one's a bit more complicated. Landlord. What is a landlord in Portuguese?
Oh, I want to know what the slang is for somebody who's not very happy with landlords. What would?
I'm not sure I can say that on the. Can I say that on the show? It's a bit of a.
But it's not landlord specific. The slang.
Does it begin with C? Does it begin with C and end in O?
It could.
Okay,
I was going down a different path with that one, but that also works.
Okay, all right. So, what is landlord in Portuguese? I don't know.
Landlord is senhorio.
Oh, okay. What's the origin of that then? Like a sir?
I guess, yeah, like a sir. I don't know what the origin of it is. I just know how it's said, senhorio. But I imagine, yeah, you could kind of deduct that it must be from like a sir, a landowner back in the day.
Like landlord itself. I mean, that does sound very grand, doesn't it? I'm a landlord. Get off my land. Yes. Okay. So very similar in the Portuguese. Okay. Thank you.
So that would be senhorio.
Senhorio. Not to be...
So again, that kind of soft soft e.
Yeah.
New, which is one that a lot of expats struggle with, the new and the nya.
Nasalate.
New, exactly. And then the rolled R, the rio.
Oh,
senhorio.
That is probably, along with cabeleireiro, that is going to be one of a hard one, isn't it? That's saying it landlord in Portuguese.
I had a visit to the cabeleireiro recently, oddly enough to my disappointment.
Why?
It's my own fault. I wasn't specific enough. I went in there and I said, look, I like the length that my hair's at the moment. I just need something to look a bit more tidy, a bit more professional, but I'll leave it up to you to see what you do.
Oh dear.
And that was a mistake.
Yes. Yes.
I've now got a slip back haircut, which I'm relatively happy with. It's just getting over the shock of I wasn't expecting it to be this short.
Where did the ponytail come from as well? Those are extensions of it at the back. It was a bit like when I went first time and I just said limpar, se faz favor, and they cleaned it off. They shaved a whole lot off.
Zero, isn't it? That's a zero all around.
Thing that highly annoys me in Portuguese society, like the judgment on guys with long hair and so on, and tattoos and so on. I mean, it's so much important that people are actually professional. Like, what does it matter the length of the hair and the tattoos if people did a good job? But Portugal is still very backwards on those.
I didn't realise that. That's been wasted on me. All of that prejudice going on. I just thought Portugal was a very sort of accepting workplace, and you could rock up in various states of adornment,
especially on the job market and so on, and the service industry. It's still very judgmental.
What, a firm handshake, clean fingernails, and shiny shoes?
Yes.
Get in 2025. Okay.
I mean, I remember when I was probably about Ben's age, I was working in a 5-star hotel, and I got fired because I didn't, like, at the time I had some color hair, and at the time I was hired, I said, look, I can change my hair color, but it won't be instant, otherwise I will ruin my hair.
Yes.
They hired me. The guy that hired me was okay, but then someone in management saw me and kind of instantly fired me.
Good heavens above. It sounds like Victorian England.
It's quite common in those sort of higher echelons of catering as well. You know, you can't have like tattoos on your hands or arms or anywhere visible. Things like that.
I even if you went to the supermarkets and they made people with piercings take out their piercing, and would see a lot of them with just kind of small patches on their faces because they had to take out their piercings and they're just covering the holes.
Which you would argue, I mean, looks even worse, doesn't it? With sort of elastoplast.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous.
Well, I never. There's a little bit of a cultural insight for you. Okay, so from landlords to, even though I've got this on big screen. Oh, are we looking at tenants now?
We're looking at tenants, yes.
Right.
Do you want me to zoom in a bit for you? Would that help?
Yeah, it would help all of us, I think, here, Ben. Your young eyes can see this. Again, it's hard to not be patronising when talking about age, relative age, isn't it? But thank you very much for doing that. Everyone's breathed a sigh of relief.
All I've done is I've only been attacked this show. I feel so patronised over here. And this is bullying in the workplace, and you stood for it, Carl, and I will be taking this to tribunal.
Oh no, the complaints book and everything. Tribunal might not be here next week. Might be a lengthy process. Who doesn't like a lengthy process? First thing, right? So an inquilino.
Inquilino, yes.
Yeah,
So
inquilino.
it's another difficult one to pronounce because there's a lot of I's in this. Personally, despite being in this country for over 15 years now, I still struggle with this word.
Do you? Okay.
Yeah, I do. Inquilino. I have to kind of slow myself down. It doesn't help that I naturally talk quite quickly, and it doesn't help getting over all those different I's.
Yeah, but generally we don't pronounce the U, so it just generally most people say inquilino.
Inquilino.
Oh, okay.
Or
Inquilino.
Yes,
it wrong apparently.
It goes against what if you've learnt a QU as a qua, it goes against that, doesn't it? In Queen, so inquilino. That's worth remembering for other words as well here in Portugal. So the inquilino, which some of us are. Okay, thank you for that.
Inquilino, a tenant. So rent as well. I imagine you'd know what rent is in Portuguese. Quite similar to
it. Is it?
Renda.
Yes, renda. See, renda. Okay.
Okay, next one. Big one here. Lease.
That does look like a really long word.
It's quite a few words pushed together.
This is looking like I have to say as well, a US government document with a lot of redactions.
Redacted.
Yes. Okay. So that looks terrifying.
And I mentioned that, Carl. You've outed my part-time job now. I'm redacting documents for the US government.
You're very good at it, and I'm sure they've got a lot of work for you.
Oh yeah, at the moment, God.
Right. So, what is this long word for lease then?
So, I guess lease, isn't really the direct translation of what this is. I think something closer to it would be like a rental contract.
Oh,
so,
my
contrato
goodness.
de rendement, which most times is just abbreviated to, when you're talking about it in conversation, just contrato.
Contrato. And you'll notice that the way Ben said it there, although it looks like contrato, he said something like
contrato. Yeah, I kind of mutter it's contrato.
It is, and the better you get, the more you should be doing that. Would you agree, Anna? The sort of eating of the words.
Yes, we eat a lot of words, and sometimes parts of words.
So the words completely disappear. Okay, and depending on how hungry a Portuguese person is, perhaps the more they eat the words. I don't know. Maybe it's better after lunchtime. Deposit, Ben.
There'll be a lot of this today. I haven't had breakfast yet, so
right.
A lot of this eating of words.
Make sure you were here early. Okay.
Exactly. I was here 4 o'clock in the morning, stood in front of the PC, jumping jacks, coffee in hand, trying to stay awake.
You did a great job.
Thank you. So, deposit. Any idea what this might be?
I think it's would be maybe disposito or something similar to deposit.
It could be deposit, but oftentimes it's referred to as a calção, which is like a precautionary. It's more of a precautionary implication behind it.
I see. Okay, very good.
And something I've noticed often in Facebook, it's not like a question I've noticed when I surf through questionnaires online, is that it's not uncommon here in Portugal to charge about 2 months deposit in advance.
Yes,
yeah,
that's something that confuses a lot of people.
1 to 2 months, but sometimes they ask for more. So it's kind of a curious thing because the minimum, as you know, the legal minimum or maximum used to be 3 rents, and now it's 2 rents, which I think it's a bit silly because the Portuguese law, it's like technically you can only kick someone out after they haven't paid for 3 months. So it made perfect sense that you required 3 months in advance, but they lowered it to 2. But it's kind of irrelevant because there is no limit on how many deposits, how many calção you can ask. So people just go around it in that way. So instead of asking for saying, even if they apply it towards rent, instead of saying it's rent, they say it's calção, and they just charge whatever they want anyway. And as you all know, it's unfortunately very common especially for foreigners, because they don't have a financial presence in Portugal, for people to ask to 6 months or even a year in rent to close the contract.
I've heard of this.
It's technically illegal, but people go around it using deposits.
And because of the demand as well, right? Yes, the high demand. Now, was it you who told us about this paying your rent on a monthly basis? Do Portuguese people pay in the first week, not necessarily on a particular day? Did I hear that right?
In Portugal, it's by law you have to pay until the 8th or 10th, something like that. So you have to pay before that to the day, generally. And after that day, it can be considered overdue.
So you can pay any time for your rent that month up to the 8th. It doesn't necessarily happen on a particular day. Is that right?
Yeah. Unless the contract sets it on a particular day. But legally, it will only be considered overdue if it's after, I don't know, I think it's the 8th, but it may be...
That's fascinating. That's fascinating, isn't it? Did you know about that, Ben?
No, I didn't actually.
Yeah, I thought I heard that somewhere. Thank you for confirming that, Anna. So it's overdue if it's after the 8th. Very interesting. Okay. Furnished and unfurnished then. This is great. And I think what you're doing here, Ben, is recruiting your new team in the real estate agency. Is that right? Is that a sort of subtle programming that's going on here?
Don't tell everyone.
Carry on. Right.
This is how I build a team. Don't tell everyone.
Yeah,
Carl.
you are.
They can't be aware of my strategies.
I know what's going on here.
Yeah, but no one else needs to. So, furnished. Any idea what furnished might be?
Well,
it kind of has to do with like a bit Marvel.
Imovation. Yes, it's got to be something to do with Imo, hasn't it? I would have thought.
Not really Imo, Marvage.
There is Imo in the middle.
Okay, go on then.
Mobiliado.
Oh, mobiliado. I wouldn't have got that. Okay, so immobiliado then, perhaps for unfurnished.
Close. It's just no mobiliado.
Oh, come on.
Close. I could see the logic there. Close.
Yes. All right. It would be my second guess. Okay.
No mobiliado. So, okay, running through this quickly now. Utilities are... Dun, 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 dun. I'll bring my own sound effects. Contas barra despesas. So, utilities, your electric bill, your water bill, despesas, or contas.
Very good. Okay.
Okay, and of course, estate agency. Last but not least.
Yes.
Immobiliaria. There we go.
Okay, feminine. All right.
Yep. Actually,
very good. Some useful phrases. This is like an old-fashioned phrase book.
It is. Oh God, it's weird. I have so many of those. I got one for German. I got one for Italian, and I'd never used them.
People don't, do they? They open it up and it says, I say, where can I get my shoes resold and things like that from the 1950s? And you think, this is useless.
The only time I used it was for sort of comic effect when I was living in Berlin, and I went out drinking with a load of friends, and I kind of pulled it out and started reading random sentences that I could find.
Exactly. And the chances of actually finding the right sentence for the situation you're in are very low indeed. These look very useful, however. Is the apartment still available? Right, okay.
Is the apartment still available? So my idea with this is we could try and work together, maybe work with the comments section if anyone's got any suggestions as well to try and build a sentence in Portuguese. How do you guys think we would say, is the apartment still available?
Oh, and we also need to know, Tita, going back to... some of our favorite real estate pictures. Is there a body on the balcony? Okay. And my landlady actually reminded us that we didn't actually have to pay on time. We finally told her that we're American and we couldn't help it. Very good. Same in UK. We get twitchy on that day rather than thinking, it's fine, we've got till the 8th, which apparently is the culture. They're supposed, but they often don't. I wonder what that is. Okay, and same here. I always do the transfer first thing on the 1st. Yeah, absolutely. I think that's generally speaking what we do. But interesting to know about that custom. Right, is the apartment still available? That's what you're looking for. A sentence construction from our community. They're very quiet. Where's my crickets? No. I can't find the crickets. Obviously,
you're pulling out all the young people sound effects today, aren't you? The air horn.
For that. the weekend, guys.
Wait. Not yet, it's not.
Okay, no, true.
Only after 6 o'clock.
Only after 12 o'clock, actually, I think you'll find. Right. Okay. Register the contracts with Finanza. Hold on a minute. Let's
And
stick.
now both sides can register. That was also changed this year because before only the landlord could register the contract, and now the tenant can also register the contract.
Ooh,
Because a lot of landlords would try to get sleaze out and not register because that way they could avoid paying 27% tax.
yes. And I was going to say, who could blame them? But no, don't do that, folks. That's tax evasion. Right. Okay. Ben, get back to you quickly.
Useful Good Morning Portugal tips. Don't commit tax evasion, guys.
Yeah, and that you can actually get a fine, or not you, but the landlord can get a very, very heavy fine. It can go, I think, up to 20,000.
Now, why doesn't that surprise me? Okay. Right. We still have this question, don't we? Is the apartment still available? I think you'd have to tell us.
Is the apartment still available? So I'll start off the sentence and we'll see if we can lead here. So we're going to start off with
Yes.
apartment. So the apartment. We have to
Yeah.
change our phrase structure a little bit. It's not like in English where we'd say, is the apartment still available? The verb will come after.
Yes.
O apartamento. So now it'd be time for the verb.
Yes.
That's about right.
Are we going with Sarah on this, or
Close. It is ser. It is the, but ser is an irregular verb, and
Right.
having it conjugated to its specific tense is a bit difficult for English-speaking people. So I'll help out here.
thank you?
Actually, before I put down the verb, I should put to preface some time. Ainda.
Still ainda. Yeah.
So
Ainda.
far we have the apartment still is,
Okay.
and then how would we go about saying available?
Something like parar. I don't know. Basically,
I can see where you're going with that. Like, is it still available
for rent? Yes.
For rent? Yeah, I can see the logic behind that. But I think a more like cut to way of saying it would be disponível. Is it still available?
Ah, okay. That comes up, doesn't it? Disponível is a word you'll see, I think, on mobile phones, possibly, from time to time. Yeah. Okay.
Disponível. Are you available? It's a very useful word, really. It pops up a lot more than you think.
Okay. So the quanto custa?
That's a pretty good way of going. It quanto custa.
Quanto custa? Okay.
Quanto custa. That's a very cut and dry.
It is, and it's a pau queijo approach.
Exactly. Quanto custa, or you could, if you want to be a bit more complete and use the words that are up here, we could say quanto é a renda.
Quanto é a renda? So how much is the rent?
Renda.
Yeah.
Yes.
And again, fantastic. I thought you said.
I just remembered on the rental topic, there's a lot of rent scams, so be very careful about it. Just this week, my Lisbon agent, always in Lisbon, just called me with we have our first interaction with a very, very traumatized landlord that apparently they wouldn't let us be on video call and show the apartment through video call because apparently there are scammers going around doing video calls with people and then saying they are the owners and getting the payment when they are not the owners. So scammers are very creative. But I think this landlord still didn't allow us to show the apartment through video call, even though we're like, look, we can show you we're a reputable company. We can introduce you as the landlord and all of that. But yes, definitely be very careful because on the rental market, there's this whole lot of very creative scams going around.
And I've heard that some scammers hire an Airbnb for a week and then they rent it out to other people as though it's an annual rent. And if you're able to charge 3, 6, or 12 months up front, and you do so pretending that's you. I'm not giving people ideas here. This is one I've heard.
The only way that you can
Where's my notebook?
Things is by checking and asking for the registry of the apartments, for the certidão permanente or matriz. So you really need either to have someone check those documents to not end up in that kind of situation.
Yeah, absolutely. And because if you're getting a bit desperate and you really love the place, those two things can drive people into, ordinarily sane people could be driven into that situation.
Yes.
With
Another
a
thing is like I've seen before people asking for deposits to show the apartment. That is not only highly illegal, it's like a huge red flag.
Yes. Okay, thank you for that public service announcement as well. Back to you, Ben.
Back to me. So, how much is the deposit? Go back
Oh,
up here. Deposit being calção
okay.
or deposit. It would be the same sort of structure we have going on up here.
Yeah, quanto é a calção?
Exactly. Quanto é calção?
Yes.
Quanto é a calção?
Which sounds like quanto calção, or doesn't it? But it's swallowing up the structure in the middle of the sentence there sometimes.
Quanto é calção? Which sounds calção sounds quite similar to shorts, which is calções.
Okay.
That's a weird connection I just made in my head.
Yeah.
Okay. Are utilities included? So we go up here. We see utilities are contas or despesas.
Contas inclusivo, would be my pidgin Portuguese on that.
That's pretty good. It gets the point across.
Okay. Yeah.
If you wanted to be sort of grammatically perfect and all, 5 stars, you'd say.
Of course I do.
As despesas. I'd say despesas personally.
Right. Okay. A little bit more formal. Yeah.
Incluídas.
Estão incluídas. Okay. Thank you very much.
So, are the despesas included? Or if you want to be really complete, you could even add na renda.
Okay.
Are the oh god, I forgot the word in English now.
Are the utilities included in the rent?
Are the utilities included in the rent? Exactly. How long? How long is the lease?
How long compared to how much? Okay, yeah, tell us.
How long? So you could say, for instance, quanto tempo é o contrato? Actually, that doesn't sound. Or qual é a duração? A more correct way of saying that would be qual a duração. So how long is the duration of the contract?
Okay. Sounds like a samba tune.
Qual a duração do contrato?
Qual a duração? I can hear a sort of Brazilian backbeat under that. Qual a duração?
Okay. A bit of bossa nova.
Yes.
We should do that. We should do a bossa nova morning.
What with some and we write some lyrics based on.
I think we just use the language lesson.
Okay,
if you give me a bit like.
Sounds like a job for AI.
Ainda está disponível.
Oh my goodness! I thought Sergio Mendes was in the studio for a minute.
Quanto é a renda?
Oh, you're a chip off the old block, aren't you? Obviously.
Oh no, I'm not as good at singing as my dad. Not by a mile. As has been repeatedly showcased during those wonderful karaoke events that you host. I've made multiple people's ears bleed.
You, not your dad. I think you're saying that, yes.
Yeah, me, not my dad.
Yeah.
No, my sister inherited all the musical talent in the family. I got left with
that as well.
spare
Yes.
parts.
Oh. Well, come and practice. We've got a new karaoke date. It's wine tasting and karaoke from the first Saturday in November. Guess where, Ben? In San Martin de Porto. Which bar would you imagine we'd be doing that in, where we can also wash our smalls?
Casa de Lem?
No.
No, it's not Casa de Lem.
The clue is in washing our smalls.
Oh, is it in the Pedro's place? The one I keep forgetting the name of.
Primeiro Soluço.
Soluço. Yep.
Soluço. Yes. First hiccup.
As us cool next gen kids abbreviate it to.
Soluço. Okay.
Soluço. Yeah.
What did you say the day was?
Say that again, Anna.
What did you say the day was for that?
It's the first Saturday in November, which you think you're joining us. Awesome.
No, I was in Portugal, but I'm actually in Caldas de Rainha right now, so I was wondering.
Are you?
I'm going to Santarém today. I'm going to have a company lunch, and I was going to film the city. But of course, we got a great day today when it was just, super sunny yesterday. And of course, the day I was going to film, it turns gray.
Oh, it can change though, as you know.
I think it's going to clear up around the afternoon, yeah.
Yeah, 1st of November then is actually the Saturday. So we are having red notes with a wine tasting. Pedro is a chef, so I think he'll be doing a few nibbles. And then what could possibly go wrong, a karaoke after the wine tasting.
Nothing at all. Pedro's a 5-star guy. I love Pedro to bits.
Yeah.
Right, so last sentence.
The all-important question then.
Last one.
When can I move in?
When can I move in? How do you think you would say that in Portuguese? Come on, I've been doing a lot of the heavy lifting here. Let's have one that's 100% you and the comment section. Let's work together.
Yeah. Okay, so onde is going to be when, isn't it?
Onde is where.
Of course it is. When? I don't know.
We have used when before.
Not ainda.
No, we haven't yet. No, we haven't. Never mind. Forget that. We've used this very similar word to it. I'll give you a bit of a clue.
Qual.
Qual would be which.
Oh, okay. Clearly, I do not know with this.
Should I give you a bit of
I'm going to use tain as part of my sentence here. Like, when can I have it?
Tain is to have. Would be attentive to have.
So when can I have it?
I'll try jump starting the sentence for you.
Oh, quando, of course. Quando tain. Would that not be right?
Tell me quando.
Bossa.
Quando tain. That would be when do you have?
Oh, when do they have it rather than when do I have it? Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So can.
You know, when we're doing linguistics, it often goes very quiet in the comments. Mudo. Quando mudar aqui?
Quando mudar aqui. Okay. Quando...
Very good, you guys. Thank you.
Quando mudar aqui. That is super close to it. It's missing. I'm going to be very pedantic about this. Quando é que posso? So when, if we translate this literally to English, it's when is can I? When is can I?
Right, okay.
So when is can I change? Quando é que posso mudar?
Okay.
You could also say.
Sorry?
Or we can also say, when can I entrar? When can I go in?
Oh yes, quando entrar. You would get away with perhaps on a shortening there. Okay. Sorry, I accused everybody.
No, he said this would be for something else. We, for example, when about the deposits or the rents or the deposit on housing, we call it entrada, like the start.
Okay. That's so. Quando é que posso mudar or entrar? Thank you very much, Professor. And I did accuse everybody of going quiet in the comments. Au contraire, to chuck in a bit of French as well. Thank you very much for your comments here. And esta disponível there, or sorry, disponível.
Disponível. That would be referring to this one here, correct?
Okay.
If you're already talking about the apartments, you could always just say está disponível, like cut this first part of the sentence off. If you're sitting down with the landlord having a coffee and you've already asked all the questions, you have to ask like how many bathrooms do they have, how many bedrooms, and you got into that final part. You could just go está disponível.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
If the apartment's already been in the conversation.
Yes. Now, we heard of scams, the sort of downside of some of these things, but also let's shout out to some of the wonderful people who are letting houses and the beautiful Portuguese nature that we also experience. When we moved 6 months ago, we paid the deposit up front and they let us move in 10 days early before the contract started. Yeah, I've experienced situations like that. Yeah, move all your stuff in, it's fine. 3 years, please. I hate moving. Quanto é noticia? How long is the notice as well? By law, you give 128 days notice after completing a third of the contract. Thank you very much. This is the hive mind. Are the cockroaches seasonal? Yes. In our first apartment, we gave notice at a third to be able to stay to renegotiate the contract. Excuse me, it worked out nicely. I've eaten some words there, I think. Does it come with or without mold? With damp guard? And 100 euros off your first order. No, there you go. See what I did there.
Expertly done.
Yes,
Super subtle. I loved it.